Hey, Pietra. Hey, Layden. Did you all have a nice break? What'd you eat good for lunch? Oh, Lunchable and chips. What did you have, Pietra? Salad. I had a salad also. So me and you had the same lunch. Avenel, how was your lunch? Hey, Aiden. Hey, Jocelyn, Caitlin, Aiden. No, you were actually about the fifth one cited. Nope, I said hi, Avenel. You just weren't paying attention. Hi, Aiden. Let's see. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Joshua. Yes? Hold on a minute. Okay, Miss Valiente. Okay. Yes, that's actually next week. It is. I forgot. I took it off fourth grade and I forgot to take it off third grade. So, yep. Yeah, so we're going to actually just move all worksheets to next week. So, yeah. Sorry about that. You're welcome. That's it. Yeah. Okay, did you, the 132 should have been, oh, okay. Well, on the speed drill, the back of them, there's 4 boxes. So there's actually like 131, and then the next one should be the 132, I believe. Yeah, and then that's fine. It skips 133 because that's where a quiz or a test should be. No, just all 4 separate ones. You're welcome. Jocelyn. Yep. If you did all of them, that's fine. That's fine. If you did all of them, that's fine. If you only did 2 of them, that's fine. Speed drill pretty much is just something to work on the side. You get a little bit extra practice on some of the stuff. So if you do all of them at once, it's not going to be a problem. Okay? Caitlin. Cool. Sasha. Well, then you don't have to worry about them for the rest of the week. Donald. Yes, but right now this is health. So let's get out our health book. Get out our health book. Hey, Natalie's cat. Yep, out our health book. And we are opening, so health books is actually a new book, so that book. So we're going to open to page 2. Page 2, yep, Academic. Cool, nice. So we're going to get started. So let's get my screen up. Make sure it works. Everybody see a skeleton there? All these words on it? Okay, so we are going to talk about health. And health has to do with how we take care of ourselves, how we stay healthy, and different things of our body. So how tall are you? Now, some people are really short, maybe 2 feet. Is anyone here 2 feet tall? No. How about 9 feet tall? Is anyone here 9 feet tall? No. Now, when you're a baby, you're about 2 feet tall or a little under, and then your body grows. How much do you weigh? Do you weigh the same amount now as you did when you were a baby? No, but if you have a younger brother or sister, you can automatically see that, right? As you grow, you get taller and you gain some more weight. Is that a bad thing? Nope. Simply because as we get older, we need more to be able to grow and be able to live. But do we all have the same color hair? Nope. Some have brown, some have blonde, some have black, some have red, some have long hair, some have short hair, some have thin hair, some have thick hair. They're all the differences that God has created us with. And did God create anybody the way they are by mistake? Nope. There's nothing about us that is a mistake. God made us just the way that He wanted us to be. So, as we learn about our body, we are going to learn some things that are in our body, such as our bones. We're also going to learn about some of our muscles, some of our joints. So, we're going to begin on page 2. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm kind of going to go summarize through some of it and get to the most important stuff. So when God planned you before you were born, He designed the color of your eyes, your skin, and your hair, the shape of your nose, your height, and other physical features. He also planned when you would be born and what parents you have. God even included down to who He wanted you to have as a parent. Guess what? Caitlin's mom and dad are just perfect for Caitlin, Jocelyn, and Aiden, and Christian. My mom and dad are perfect just for me. Dash's mom and dad are perfect just for her. Donald and David's mom and dad are perfect just for them. Everybody's parents are perfectly designed just for you. I could sit and go, oh, I wish I had this person's parent. Well, guess what? I wouldn't be happy with that person's parent. You know why? Because was their parent designed for me? No. Evelyn's mom and dad were designed for her. Catherine's mom and dad were designed for her. And there's a reason that God has put each one of our parents in our lives. So, does that give, knowing that and realizing that, should we ever disrespect our parents? No. Should we ever say mean things to our parents? Should we ever argue with our parents? No. God made them specifically for us. Catherine, we are on page 2 in health, if that's your question. Okay, so there are some things I can't control how tall I am. If I could, I'd probably grow about another maybe 3 or 4 inches. I can't control how tall I am. Only God can control how tall I am. But do you know I can control whether I slouch over in my seat like this all day Or do I sit up nice and straight? I can control, do I have dirt all over my face? Or do I keep it nice and clean? There are things that you can also control. You can control how clean your face looks, how clean your hands are, or are they all filled with dirt and then you go and cut your sandwich? There are things that you control. So let's look at here. This is called a skeleton. And a skeleton supports our body. Support means to hold up. Remember we talked about jellyfish? Jellyfish have no backbones. Do you think they have much support? No, if you ever went to the ocean and seen a jellyfish, there's a blob in the ocean. That's it, on the beach. They have no support at all. We are on page 3, Natalie, if that's your question. Nope, okay. What's your question? Okay, you're going to have to type it into me because I still can't hear you. Somehow your audio is still off. So, just like a jellyfish is a jellyfish doesn't have a backbone. It doesn't have any support. Unlike we have the support of a backbone and we have the support of bone. Well, in this whole thing right here is called a skeleton. It's not the scary skeletons that we see sometimes. This is what's inside our body. And our skeleton is made up of 206 bones. So there is 206 bones inside your body right now. It also helps to hold your body up. The skeleton, the whole job of the skeleton is to hold your body up and to give it support and to make sure it's strong. Now look at our bones. The one that we're probably most famously known, one that we know the most is our skull or the cranium right at the top of our picture here. Oh, wrong picture. There we go. So this cranium. Caitlin knows this one right here. This one's our clavicle. So when you fell and hurt your clavicle, that's the bone you hurt right there. And then we have our ribs. And then we have a couple here that we're not going to really pay much attention to. But look at our fingers. Our fingers are phalanges. And we have all these little bones in our fingers and our toes. So there are bones. Do you think our bones are just connected to each other with nothing holding them together? No, let's picture these two as a bone. And our bones do touch each other. But if there's nothing holding them together, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to fall apart. They're just going to like drop. So God created us with what we call ligaments. And ligaments are fibers or cords that hold our bones together. Laden. Yep, we would be. So the ligaments hold our bones together. Catherine. Really doesn't matter right now. Whatever one you want. Okay? Donald. You have a question? David, what's your question? Do you think if your two bones in your leg fell apart, would you be able to walk on it? No, you'd fall over. Because there goes the one bone that holds it up. Here goes the other bone on top of it. If this one just went away, the bottom part of your leg would just fall apart. Would you just fall over? Okay, so ligaments are what holds our body to. Okay, now you're all moving again. Good. What? Okay, so someone with a raised hand, tell me what this is called right here, this picture. Nicole. The skeleton. How many bones are in our skeleton? Caitlin. No, little too many. Natalie. Dasha. 206. Good job. So there's 206 bones in our skeleton. That is called a skeleton. What is the job of the skeleton? What is our skeleton's job? Donald? Okay, kind of make sure we don't get her to fall down. There's one more important job that we call it. Afternoon? Okay. Yep, so the bones do help us with that, but the bones help to, Dasha? Okay, do you have a cord near you to plug it in? Does mom have a cord to plug it in? Okay, if you need to step away to see if your mom has a cord to plug it in, that's fine, okay? And if we do get disconnected and you can't continue class, just continue reading finish reading up to page number 4, okay? So the skeleton is to support us, so that we're not like a blob, like a jellyfish. Okay, so the skeleton's job is to support us. And what do we call the tough cords that hold our bones together? Aiden, E? Ligaments. Good job. And their ligaments' job is to hold our bones together. Now, there's a place all of our bones meet. If you look here, our bones meet here, our bones meet here, our bones meet at our knees, at our hip, at our shoulders, at our feet. All of these places where our bones meet are called joints. Okay? The joints is where our bones meet, is where they're connected with a ligament to help connect them, but also what helps make us be able to move. See how I am moving my arms now? If I didn't have joints, I wouldn't be able to move my arm. I would have an arm like this, and all I need to do is like this. Because this part of my arm, if this was one big bone, wouldn't be able to move at all. I couldn't bend it. I couldn't think about going swimming. Could you imagine going swimming like this? Would that really help? Think about walking. Your knees bend. If I couldn't bend my knees, I'd be walking like this all the time. That would kind of look funny, wouldn't it? So, the Lord created our bodies with different joints. Now, these are all like the big names, some of them, but we know the knee, we know the wrist, we know the hip, we know the shoulder. This is the elbow here. So, these are the different places that we have joints, and joints allow us to move around. We have 3 different types of joints, if my computer will allow me. There. One is where right. One. Let me go back. Thank you. So, this elbow joint, the elbow joint, the knee joint is what we call a hinge joint. How many people have a door in their house? Okay, I don't think there's any one of us that don't have a door in our house. That would be kind of scary if we didn't have at least one door to keep everything inside our house and everyone out. But on the door is a hinge. So right here, right where the door is open, is a hinge. It allows the door to go open and shut, similar to my elbow. I can move my elbow this way, and I can move my elbow this way. I can move my elbow down, I can move my elbow up. That's also including my shoulder. But if I was not to move my shoulder, I could move my elbow this way, and I can move my elbow this way. Can I move my elbow with my hand this way, back this way? No. This is, our elbow is a hinge joint. A hinge, when I think of hinge, I think of a door. My door can go this way, and it can go this way, open and shut, open and shut. My elbow is that hinge joint. Your knee is a hinge joint. It goes out, it comes back, open and shut, similar to a door. Another joint is the pivot joint. Now, if you look at your head, you can turn your head from side to side. Okay, it's kind of like going around on something round, similar to this picture over here. That's a pivot joint. So right where our neck is, right here, there's a pivot joint that allows us to turn our head from one side to the other. Otherwise, our head would be stuck like this the whole time. And we couldn't look this way or that way. It would kind of be stiff. In order to go and see something on your right, you would have to literally turn your whole body to the right. In order to look at something to the left, you'd have to turn your whole body to the left. That would be kind of annoying, wouldn't it? Then our third joint, pivot joints also allow us to turn a doorknob. There's pivot joints in our wrist. So that's how we turn a doorknob to open the door. It allows us to turn our wrist on it so that we can open up the doorknob. Next, last joint is a ball and socket joint. Now, when you picture a socket, picture almost like your hand in a C, and a ball would be like your other hand, and it goes right into each other. So there's the socket, the C, and then a fist, ball and socket. The ball and socket joint is mainly your shoulder and your hip. So my ball and socket joint is what allows me to move my arm pretty much in any direction that I want. I can move my arm how I would not move my elbow. My elbow, I can't twist around. I can only do so much with it. The ball and socket joint, because it is round and it's in a socket, it allows me to move pretty much almost any direction with my arm and with my leg. So right where your hip and your leg meet, that's a ball and socket joint, and right where your arm and your shoulder meet is a ball and socket joint. So my first joint is a what? Someone with a raised hand. My first joint is a Donald. No, remember we talked about a door, and the door's on Donald. No. Somebody else. What's my first joint called? The door's on a set of Layden. A hinge. My first joint is a hinge joint. My elbow joint and my knee joint. They are called hinge joints. It allows it to open and shut, similar to a door. My second joint is a pivot joint, and that's in my head. It allows my head to go back and forth, and it also allows me to turn a doorknob. And then my third is a ball and socket joint. It allows me to move my arms, and it allows me to move my legs. Okay, how many bones do we have in our body? Jocelyn? Close, you're a couple under. You're a couple under. No, but your toes have muscles that allow that you spread your toes apart, and there's also bones there also. We'll learn about muscles in the next chapter. Okay, so Aiden B, how many bones do we have in our body? 206, good job. What is the framework that holds up our body called, Aiden E? A skeleton, good job. What are the tough cords that connect our bones together and keep them together, Natalie? What are the places where our bones come together? We have they're called three different things, but where our bones come together. This is one of them. My head has one of them. Catherine? Good job, Natalie. Yes, ligaments are the cord that hold our bones together. Catherine, do you remember what we call the spots where our bones come together are? They're called our joints. Our joints are where our bones come together. And we have 3 different kinds of joints. One is our, what's this one called? Affidel. What is this joint called? Layden. Our hinge joint. What is the joint in our neck called that allows us to turn the doorknob or move our head? Dasha. Can you spell it? The pivot joint. Yeah, that's the one you started to sound like you were saying. Good job. The pivot joint is the one that allows us to move our head. And then there's one that allows us to move our shoulders and our arms and our legs. Which one's that one? Jonathan. Which one allows us to move our legs and our arms? You forgot that one? Jocelyn. Our ball and socket is the one on the board. Good job. Okay, so we got about 4 minutes before 3rd grade readings. I'm going to sign off for health. At the end of health, we'll come back tomorrow and do some more. And then we will, I'll see 3rd grade in about 4 minutes, and I'll see 4th grade in about a half hour. Natalie. Say something real fast. Okay. Hold on. There's somebody in the background. Yes? We're actually going to do Secret in the Maple Tree. Secret in the Maple Tree is the one that we need. Yep. So I'll see you in about 3 minutes.